What's going on, Free Melon family? Welcome back to the Free Melon Society. And right now you're checking out the Costa Rica series where I had the distinct honor to be invited to the Tanglewood Fruit Festival. And I'm also spending some time with the fasters who came into the facility after the Fruit Fest was done. So we're coming to the tail end of the trip now, and I wanted to just take a second to go over what I ate throughout this whole 2 weeks that I've been here, and what they typically serve during a fruit festival, and what the meal options are for refeeding at Tanglewood. So during the fruit festival, now I'm on vacation, it's splurge time, so I ate more often during this festival than I normally would at home. It was great and had a lot of fun this week, trying out a bunch of new things that I hadn't really tried before. So most of the time we had a variety of fresh fruit. So we had almost an unlimited supply during the fruit festival of papaya, fresh cut papaya, cantaloupe, watermelon. Those things were always available. There was always papaya, mango even, right? Unlimited supply of mangoes. There was also soursop. So we had tons of soursop. Guanabana is another name for soursop. Very, very delicious fruit. I usually don't go for it too often, but I think I developed a better taste for it on this trip, just because there was a lot available and I could continue to try. And yeah, I really like it actually. So they had a whole bunch of fresh fruit available for most of the day if you really wanted some. 3 different meal times. You had a morning slot, an afternoon slot, and an evening slot. In the evening, that was typically when we had the more prepared meals, okay? So we had some simple salads. Usually in the evening, you had a simple salad of some sort. What's touching my leg? Oh my God, it's an insect. You had a simple salad, that maybe tomatoes, lettuce, and some lemon juice squeezed in, maybe some cut up cucumbers or something. There was one night where we had, a couple nights where we had cucumber noodles. Zoodles is when you use zucchini, to make raw pasta. But they did raw pasta with cucumber and then just set with an arrangement of other simple leafy greens and fruits. So there was a simple salad in the evening. One night we had sushi wraps, not sushi, but nori wraps, wrapped around just a bunch of fruit and vegetable. Very tasty. Lots of different intricate sauces, fruit and avocado sauces, or just different variety of toppings and dressings that people could use at their leisure. There was a bunch of mango dressings for the salad. It was wonderful. Most of the time I indulged in the fruit options, but yeah, I definitely had a bunch of their prepared salads. Absolutely splendid. So I definitely pigged out a lot more on that week than I usually do at home. I had a lot more coconut because they had tons and tons and tons of coconut. It's not even that it's sweeter than other fruits. Coconut's not a fruit; it's a nut, right? It's not even sweeter than the sweetest varieties of mango, of which they have. The mangoes here are just sensational, like to die for. But anyway, I had a lot of coconut. I had a lot of coconut this week. Okay, I should say no. During the fruit festival, I had a bunch of coconut on a couple of days. I think there were 3 days where I had a whole bunch of coconut. After that, then I cut it off and was like, nah, I really don't want any more. Interestingly, from the time, because when you eat simply, this is one of those TMI moments, you can notice what's in your bowel movements. Like you can draw a very, very clear, distinct association between what's in your toilet and what you ate, because you're not mixing it with all sorts of other stuff. So the more simply you eat, the more you'll be able to distinguish how quickly things move out of you in the toilet, So it was really interesting that from the time I stopped eating the coconut meat, it took a good solid, I was surprised, 3 to 4 days. Like I don't eat coconut, like almost never. So this was a novelty that I kind of capitalized on. And I noticed that it took about 3 days for it to finally move out of the system, which is a lot slower of a rate than you find with other things. Right now I'm being made fun of by someone who's caught me recording recording a little episode of this channel in a tree. Oh, sorry, I didn't even mention this. So I'm in a tree right now. I think I just started rolling and forgot to say. This is very quickly turned into one of my favorite spots. I think I've always... Good afternoon, Marion. You're good? Yes, yeah, I'm definitely not going to hear the end of this. She's going to make fun of me. Yeah, so this quickly turned into one of my favorite spots. I mean, it's something about being up high. I've always liked that as a kid. So you gonna come up? Yeah. She's debating. Okay. Yeah. While she's on her way up. Yeah. Where was I? The coconut takes a while to leave your system. So I found that was interesting. Anyway, once the fruit festival was done, then the...
Okay, now I'm the one.
Make sure if you're coming up, make sure you use your hands. Like you'll have to have your hands and feet like touching all the time. Yeah, and at least 2 hands and a foot. You're good. Okay, once we're not rolling, then I can come and I can show you how to do that safely. Okay, because safety is paramount, right? Safety is paramount. Yeah, she doesn't want to die. Okay, so yeah, the coconut. Once the fruit festival was over, then a bunch of other fasters came into the center, and so the energy changes completely. So it's very quiet. You have to be very careful about, like, you don't want to be seen eating. So we're restricted to, the volunteers are restricted to eating only in designated areas. I'm not going to go around recording some of the fasters because that's just not how it works, right? Fasting is it's a very personal and private process, and you wouldn't want to be they just have to get as much rest as possible, as little stimulation as possible. So anyway, during this week, my last week here, then there was still an abundance of papaya, still an abundance of cantaloupe and pineapples, so I could have those as much as I wanted. How much food I was eating, I tended to scale down just a bit during this week. Of course, it's always nice to kind of capitalize on new foods grown in a different soil. Just familiarizing your body with different fruits grown from different places. That's always a nice thing. I'm sure the gut microbes enjoy that. I have tons of time to eat the food that I get at home when I get home. So, but still, I still eat a little bit less than I was at the fruit festival, and definitely no more coconuts during the second week that I'm here. So, I don't know, start first meal maybe around anywhere between 12, 1 o'clock-ish. Not too different from what I normally do in my regular day-to-day life. And making my way around the center, collecting some footage, doing vlogs like this, or doing episodes like this for the channel, and just trying to help out and chat with people. I've made my rounds to all the different fasters and just had conversations. People have questions for me, which I'll answer, and giving like light massages for people that feel they need it, people dealing with joint pains or headaches or whatnot. So that's how it's been. I've kind of felt that I wanted to be as useful as I could to people here while I'm staying at the center during the fasting period. So the meals have been absolutely sensational. There was one of those nights during the fruit festival that I think I had the most enjoyable, complete, comprehensive meal I've ever had in my life. I don't think I've ever had, of all meals or 5-course meals at some birthday or wedding or what, I don't think I've ever had a more complete and satiating meal than this one day I did at the fruit fest. And it's because I had an assortment of all these super rich fruits that you never really see all in one time for a meal. Like I had mame sapote, I had jackfruit, everything. Guanabana, mangoes, all this stuff. Like it was just hard to choose what to eat. Unbelievable. Anyhow, yeah, it's once you get accustomed to it, it's really hard to deny. Really hard to deny that those fruits constitute our optimal food choices. It does not mean that we're limited to those food choices. It just means that those are the things that deal optimally in our bodies. And once you get the feeling of that, it starts to become overtly obvious in how you feel and how you function. So that's pretty much going to be it. I just wanted to give a quick lowdown on how I ate and what was available here at the center while hanging out in this tree, because I know a lot of people would be curious about that. So there you go. There you have it. That's what I ate. That's what was available at the center. And I'm looking forward to the last couple of days here. Okay, guys. All right. If you enjoy videos like this, subscribe to the Free Melon Society, because there's going to be more coming up, most assuredly. And yeah, going to go enjoy the sun. I've got a couple more interviews to conduct later on today, and build a little bit of a playlist for this Costa Rica series. Okay, guys. Love you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one.